What's going on, guys? It's the Fadecast here, and we want to give you our Week 5 predictions for this week's NFL matchups. We got the 0-4 Bears versus the 2-2 Commanders. I have the 0-4 Bears upsetting the 2-2 Commanders.
So I'm gonna say the Commanders. I think Sam Howell played really good, and I think Terry McLaurin and him are starting to get a little special connection going on there. And I think John Dotson's actually pretty good too, and I think he's going to see that field open up, especially this week going against the Bears defense. So I definitely have the Commanders on top on that one.
The reason I'm taking the Bears is because I think Justin Fields needs a win here. I think it's most definite that the Bears need just that win. You know what I mean? And Emmanuel Forbes is going to be on DJ Moore like he was AJ Brown. So we're going to probably see a chippy matchup there, but I expect Justin Fields to have a pretty good game. Next, we got the Jags and Bills. Steve, what do you got for this?
I'm going to take the Bills. They looked outstanding.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills here. I think that they go and beat the Jags. I don't think it's going to be a steamroll game. I think it'll be a close game. That's a 9:30 game in London. I think it'll be a pretty close game. I got the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking the Bills just because I think that they look great against Miami. Josh Allen's on fire right now. Stephon Diggs is on fire right now, and James Cook is top 5 in rushing. So if they can get him going along with the passing game, I think that they're going to breeze through that win. Jacksonville's a good team, but the Bills, I think, are just on fire after that Miami win.
Next, we got the 2-2 Saints versus the 1-3 Patriots. I'm taking the 1-3 Patriots, another upset here.
Yeah, so I'm taking the Patriots too. I don't think Mac Jones is really that good of a quarterback, but I do think he's good enough to get the job done against the Saints. Saints have good corners, so it's going to be a test for the Patriots receivers there. Juju Smith is not in good shape with his knee, so I don't expect a big game out of him. I think that the Patriots really, really, really need to get Zeke and Ramondre Stevenson going in this game in order to win.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. With the Saints corners, Marshawn Lattimore, whoever he's on, whether it's Devontae Parker, Kendrick Bourne, or Juju Smith, expect the Patriots receivers to not have any of them to have over 50 yards unless it's a big catch. But I think Mac Jones needs to have a semi-good game in order to keep hope alive with the locker room with them. We got the Titans and Colts are both 2-2, and this is a division game, AFC South game.
I'm going to take the Colts.
Yeah, I got the Colts too here. Anthony Richardson, he looked really good last week. It was just the Rams, man, with Stafford. He's one tough SOB, and Puka Nacua out there ended up, having a good comeback. But I see Rich going and getting the job done this week against the Titans. But I expect Derrick Henry to have a big game.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I agree with you on both with Derrick Henry and Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson's coming off the concussion, and he looked really good coming off the concussion. I expect him to rush for at least 50 yards and probably a touchdown as a quarterback, as well as throw for probably 200.
We got the Ravens versus Steelers. Ravens are 3-1 versus 2-2 Steelers. I got the 3-1 Ravens here. AFC North battle.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens. The Ravens, Lamar, Zay Flowers is a really good wide receiver. I think you're going to see him get more receptions as the season goes on. Lamar is he's magical, man. The things that he does sometimes, the things that he does in that pocket, and even when he runs outside of the pocket, the way he escapes is just phenomenal. There's a reason that this team's 3-1, and I'm taking them to win for sure.
Yeah, I think Lamar comes in and has a big game here. Obviously, I'm not really believing in the Steelers. I think they lose this game, and they end up firing their offensive coordinator. Next, we got the 0-4 Panthers versus the 3-1 Lions.
I'm going to take the Lions.
Yeah, I have the 3-1 Lions too. I think that the Panthers are just struggling. I don't really believe in them this year. I think Bryce Young's going to be taking his fair share of rookie flaws. You'll see that. And, David Montgomery had a huge game. What, he had 3 tutties last week. Expect him to go off again. And, at some point they got to get Jahmyr Gibbs going. Jamison Williams comes back this week. So expect the Lions to have a pretty big game against the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm expecting Amon-Ra and Jared Goff to have a huge game just because of the whole Jamison Williams thing, him coming back. I think people are going to be expecting him to get a couple receptions here, maybe 4 more, just to see what he can get going. But I think the real problem is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Once he gets going, man, there's no stopping him. He's one of the best receivers in the league. Jared Goff has one of the best deep balls in the league. That duo, man, is a great 1-2 punch. And I think Amon Brown goes for over 100 yards and a touchdown.
And hey, that Josh Reynolds dude, he's stepping up. If it wasn't for him, you would probably see Jameson Williams plugged in right away. But Josh Reynolds is really stepping up this year. Next, we got the 2-2 Texans versus the 2-2 Falcons.
I'm taking the Texans.
Yeah, I got the Texans too. I think C.J. Stroud, man, he's having an unbelievable rookie season. He hasn't thrown a pick yet. I think this is going to be a game like the Texans don't have that really stout of a defense. Devin Singletary just went down. He's on IR. He's expected to miss like 4 to 6 weeks. But I do not believe in Desmond Ridder unless Bijan Robinson has a big game here. Don't expect the Falcons to win.
No, I agree with you completely. And with the C.J. Stroud thing, I'm pretty sure the last quarterback to throw for the amount of yards that he's thrown for was Cam Newton. So C.J. Stroud, I think this is a clear front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year. This is the guy for Houston, man, for the next coming years, and expect C.J. Stroud to make a lot of big plays against the Falcons. Even with a beefed up secondary, man. The Falcons have a good secondary, but expect C.J. Stroud to make good plays.
And like I said in the offseason, I was the one saying, hey, C.J. Stroud over Bryce Young. You think the Panthers are getting it now?
And I was saying Bryce. You were right.
Yeah. Next, we got the 1-3 Giants versus the 3-1 Dolphins. I am taking the 3-1 Dolphins, no question about it.
Yeah, I don't think you even have to explain yourself, man. Like you said, no question about it. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Too much firepower on the defense. I think Bradley Chubb ends up having 2 sacks that game. Next, we got the 1-3 Bengals versus the 1-3 Cardinals.
I'm going to take the Bengals.
Yeah, I have the Bengals. I expect, dude, that Joe Burrow, like you said, it's a must-win, he said. I expect Jamar Chase and them to really step up at some point this season. And what better time to do it against like an Arizona team? But you can't go and shy away that they're not playing really good.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase was getting pissed, man, and saying how he's always open and shit like that. So I expect Jamar Chase to have a big game this week. Joe Burrow, on the other hand, he is playing with an injury, so I don't know if I would expect him to have the biggest game, maybe to throw over 150 yards. But I think Joe Mixon will heat up this game.
Next, we got the 4-0 Eagles versus the 2-2 Rams. I'm taking Philly, man. I got to roll with them, and it's not even a question with that.
Yeah, the Eagles are my team, man, just like you. But I know a lot of people are taking the Rams, and I think that's absolutely insane. But we'll see what happens. I'm taking Philly.
I'm agreeing with you that a lot of people are taking the Rams. I think, though, here's the thing is if the Eagles cannot contain that pass rush, they're going to be in trouble. I don't know if Swift's going to have that big of a run game with Aaron Donald in there. But I think this is the week where Puka Nacua really gets shown up. And, I mean, it's hard to say because, I mean, Philly's secondary has been getting eaten alive the last week. But, yeah, I'm taking 4-0 Eagles. Next, we got the 3-1 Chiefs versus the 1-3 Vikings.
I'm going to go Chiefs. Just because Chiefs.
I have the Chiefs circled, but now that I'm thinking of it, dude, I'm going to take an upset here. They should have got upset last week. Got lucky with the refs here. I think Jay Jettis has a huge game. Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. If he doesn't have any turnovers, if he holds his turnovers, Jay Jettis has a big game, and the Vikings finally get happy and beat the Chiefs.
So I was thinking about flip-flopping with you too. I was thinking about taking the Vikings, but given the game that Patrick Mahomes had last week, he's going to have a huge game this week. I could almost guarantee it. If I was going to bet on Patrick Mahomes throwing for over 300 yards, I would.
Yeah, I'm. You know what? Yeah, and how Byron Murphy in that secondary has been getting torched, but I'm saying that Kirk Cousins and Jay Jettis needs to have a big game. Jordan Addison needs to step it up too. Cowboys versus 49ers.
I'm taking the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm taking the 49ers too. I just think that Christian McCaffrey can't be stopped. If they do, there's still other weapons around the 49ers that they can go and eat alive. I don't think that the Dallas defense is really going to come and do what they did to Brock Purdy and the 49ers like they did to Mac Jones.
No. So the only way that I think that the Cowboys have a chance is, like I said earlier on the podcast, is if Tony Pollard gets 23 to 25 carries for over 100 yards, or if somehow, some way, CeeDee Lamb starts finding some open holes in that secondary. Maybe they could start feeding him receptions. Maybe he'll pop off for a 140-yard game, but it's unlikely. So.
And last but not least, the Monday night game, the 2-2 Packers versus the 1-3 Raiders. I wanted to go Raiders here and say Davante Adams beats his old team, but I'm going with the Packers.
Yeah, I think I'd go with the Packers too, just because I don't think Jordan Love had the best game last week either. All around, I don't think the Packers had the best game. They had Aaron Jones back healthy last week. They didn't really play him like they should have, and the week before that, he was saying that he could have played, and they sat him. So I think Aaron Jones has a huge game this week. Let's hope that Jordan Love is the face of Green Bay, man. Maybe he could turn it around, because I think last week was horrible. He played horrible.
I can't wait to see the matchup with Davante Adams and Jair, knowing that they've been at each other in practice years ago, and to see that Davante Adams kind of, really helped Jair's development into a top 3 to 5 corner in this league. So, yeah, I think the Packers go and get the job done, and I think this is where Davante Adams feels frustrated that he just lost to his former team, and maybe he doesn't have the best week. But I think this is where you see Davante Adams actually go and say, hey, I'm requesting a trade out of Las Vegas. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, drop a comment down what you guys got. If you think any of our picks were messed up or what, let us know. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be live streaming on TikTok, Facebook, post, Instagram. Follow us on all of them. Thank yous.